Welcome back into another beer review with yours truly, Nutmeg to Palmetto. Special brew today to share with you fine folks. This is the second iteration of the Beer Bigs family collaborations with local breweries in support of the Pink Food Society. This one is actually an Imperial Stout. So we've gone from Helles Lager to Imperial Stout, and I think I got one more left for you. This is the brewery. I think it's Labrosse. That's that name on the front above the skeleton. Labrosse, Microbrasserie. It is checks in at 9%. I believe, yeah, that's got to be the brewery. I apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but Labrosse or Labrosse, Brew Imperial Stout, as I said, 9%, and you'll notice the can art. As always, the Beer Bigs family comes out with some killer can art for this. The patented skeleton is holding a stout glass up for all the world to see. And if you note, and sitting, it's unless my eyes do deceive me, which I don't believe they do, it's a redhead, just like me. Redhead wearing a plaid sweater of some sweater or gown of some sort, with a cold hat. I don't want to say an Eskimo hat, but I don't know what the exact term for the hat is, with the wool top and the wool ears coming down. And then on the front, you'll see on the forehead part of it, there's a floor. If you're familiar with New Orleans, French, what's the word I'm looking for? Imagery. If you've been down to New Orleans, you see it a lot. The floor sign. So that's on the front of this female skeleton's little woolly hat. Outside of that image, the can itself is jet black with this kind of wispy smoke going around the image. And as always, the Beer Bigs family puts a little note on the back side of the can. I will read it for you. Babe Brew. Oh. Okay, maybe I won't read it because I'm pretty sure it's all in French. So I could do my best, but you either won't understand it or you won't be able to get past my awful pronunciation of the words. So I think I may just take a picture of that and post it somewhere, or maybe I'll just type it verbatim in the description. You could check it out there, and if you speak French, maybe you can drop the interpretation in the comments and let me know what it says. Because I was all set to read it for you, and then I looked, I was like, that is not English. So, I do like Imperial Stout, so I'm very excited to crack this one open and share it with you fine folks. A little bit of a pop, hard pop. I will say, as you can see, the head dissipated a little quickly on this. We'll get the nose really quick, and we won't waste any further of y'all's time, huh? There's a very, very, very noticeable sweetness to this. You kind of get a little bit of coffee roastiness right off the top, but it's a lot of sweetness. I don't know whether that's chocolate. I'm sure if I could read French, I could tell you off the can, but that's not going to be the case. But I definitely kind of pick up a very rich, sweet type of chocolateness. But it's definitely mostly sweet. Again, a little bit of coffee roastiness, but that's very, very subtle. It's mostly sweet. It kind of smells like, I can't think of the flavor off the top of my head, but there's a certain flavor of ice cream that this kind of reminds me of. So, I mean, who's not a fan of anything, let alone beer, that smells like ice cream? That sounds incredible, right? So, what do you say we waste no further action and take a sip? Now, the thing with this beer is the sweetness is not totally coming through on the flavor. It's a little faint, it's kind of subtle, but it's mostly, well, let me rephrase this actually, because I'm getting a lot of a coffee flavor, or at least what I typically associate with a coffee flavor, because I don't drink coffee. But that's kind of what I'm getting, but it's more of a sweet coffee. Like, if I were to guess what an iced coffee tastes like, that it would be closer to this than as opposed to the traditional kind of roasty bean type of coffee flavor that you get from grinding the beans up and making your own espresso or whatever the case may be. It's kind of giving more of a cold brew sensation. And can I just say, the texture on this can is so bizarre. It's so unique. It's like I don't want to say like a leather skin, but it kind of feels like that a little bit. But yeah, as far as the flavor of the beer goes, it's like a sweet. It's like a sweet coffee. It's not the sweetness you typically think of if a fruit is sweet or candy is sweet or vanilla is sweet. It's not that type of sweetness. It's like if you were to put sweetener in a coffee or something. That's kind of what, and again, I don't drink coffee, so I'm just kind of making a guesstimate of what that would taste like, but that's kind of the sensation I'm getting from this, because, as everyone knows, your taste is linked to your smell, and even though I don't drink coffee, I certainly smell a lot of it, because pretty much everyone I know also drinks coffee. So that's kind of the sensation I get from it. It's like this sweet type of iced coffee type of flavor, and it's not very thick. So it's an Imperial Stout. It's a heavy hitter, high ABV, but it's not very thick. It's a pretty thin, mild mouthfeel. So despite the high ABV, despite the style, it's not kicking you in your teeth. So, very, very good. Very good. Again, congratulations to the Beer Babes family on this beer. And cheers to Labrosse or Labrosse Brewery. Very, very good. Very good job. As always, if you want more from me, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. And hit that notification bell so exactly when my videos drop, coming straight to your phone, tablet, mobile device, computer, whatever the case may be, however you view these little videos of mine and my other fellow YouTube beer reviewers. If you want the rest of my nonsense, skipping my script a little bit. If you want to recommend a beer to me, or maybe even send me a beer, go ahead and email me, nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. If you want the rest of my nonsense, go ahead and follow me on my social media channels @nutmeg2palmetto on TikTok and Instagram. And if social media is not your thing, but this wonderful little craft beer world is, and you're curious about the adventures of breweries and tap rooms and the entrepreneurs that keep this little world going around, go ahead and download, subscribe to the Upstate Beer Boys podcast on all your major streaming audio listening platforms. And Wayne, Steven, and I, we have a lot of fun and adventures traveling all around South Carolina, getting people's stories out there to give a little bit of humanity to this fun little hobby we have of craft beer. So again, cheers to Labrosse Brewery, and congratulations again to the Beer Babes family. This is very good. It's unique. It's not your typical Imperial Stout. So despite the ABV being on point with that style, but it's definitely unique in its own regard. Till the next time.